Belly, lower back. Just feel the soft. Chest, shoulders. Just let go. Feel your shoulders drop. Neck, jaw, face. Arm, breathe. Your whole body is relaxed. Your spine is awake. Your consciousness is alert. Inside your heart, there is a vast, silent, sacred space. In that space, visualize 1,000 petal lotus, soft, big, luminous, gently glowing. With every inhalation, this lotus opens a little more. With every exhalation, its fragrance spreads into your whole being. Your devotion. It has always been there. You simply forgot. Now, in the center of your head, there is an image of you. The supreme quality of Hindus, Bhagavan, Bhagavan, sitting there, radiant, smiling, eyes full of infinite compassion. He has been waiting there for you. He has never left you.
Let your awareness come down to this place. This awareness. Listen. You will see that the feet of the Lord are not ordinary ones. They are the doorway, the infinite. They are the bridge to divine connection. Visualize the lotus feet offer wheels of gold, soft, radiant with thousands of seeds. They are tested on the lotus.
Now, in your inner space, now, touch your forehead, the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan. The supreme form of Hindus, Bhagavan, Nithyananda. Feel the luminous, place of karmic weight relating to love. The ultimate refuge when the mind has no answers, when the world has no shelter. Guru's feet are your very home. They have always been your home. That please mentally over everything and mind will see your fears, place of hand, your doubts, your achievements, your failures, your body, your mind, your very idea of who you are is peaceful.
Om Shiva Shivaya, Paramasivaya. Om Nithyananda, Paramasivaya. Ulagaazhum Eesane, Kailayin Vaasane.
Nithyananda, Kailasa welcomes you all to the Nithyotsava celebration. Puja is where we mirror our brains with a powerful neurological activity of the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, who is the ultimate manifestation of Paramashiva. Here, in this auspicious moment of space-time, through this puja, we will access the higher vertical time zones. Let us now offer our heartfelt gratitude and devotion to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and all his deities in Kailasas around the world.
शोणादेशावताराय ज्योतिस्तम्भस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् तत्त्वज्ञानप्रदाताय नित्यानन्देश्वररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् मूलप्रकृतिरूपाय परमशिवशक्तिस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् दण्डत्रिशूलहस्ताय कालकालस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् आदिपूज्याय देवाय सकृत्पूर्णत्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् सर्वाभयविनाशकाय शत्रुसंहाररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् योगपट्टाभिषिक्ताय राजसन्न्यासधारिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् सार्वभौमैकपत्याय राजराजाचिताय च श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलं कल्पवृक्षाय मङ्गलं ज्ञानदायिने परमशिवाय श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वराय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलं श्रीविद्याम्बायै मङ्गलं कामदायिन्ये सर्वमङ्गलदात्रे नित्यानन्देश्वर्ये मङ्गलम् मङ्गलं गुरुदेवाय मोक्षमूलाय मङ्गलम् परमावताराय नित्यानन्दाय गुरवे मङ्गलम् हरिः ओम् तत्सत् सर्वं भगवच्छ्रीनित्यानन्द परमशिवपादुकार्पणमस्तु। ॐ नित्यानन्द
perform Panchakritya from Atma Tattva level, you experience perceived individuality, separation, the feeling I am small and struggling. When Guru's Diksha shifts you to Shiva Tattva, that perceived individuality dissolves completely into oneness. In that oneness, you realize your microcosmic Panchakritya and Paramashiva's macrocosmic Panchakritya are one identical activity. Understanding this completely, you start performing Panchakritya at macrocosmic scale itself. All Kailasavasis, remember, all Kailasavasis, if you are living more than 10 years with me, be very clear, you are direct manifestation of Paramashiva's Ashtashtamurtas. You may be manifesting directly from Nataraja, Dakshinamurti, Kalabhairava, Veerabhadra, Gurumurti, Ardhanarishwara, Lingodbhavamurti, Lingamurti. Listen, unless you are from any of that 64 Ashtashtamurtas, you will not be able to live around me more than 10 years. Because traditional Gurukulam, education, initiation, everything is completed 12 years. If you are living with me, going through all the ups, downs, everything, but you decided, come what may, Swamiji is my life, Kailasa is my life, be very clear. You are from any one of these Ashtashtamurtas, the 64 manifestations of Paramashiva, and you have forgotten that. Now, decide to remember. Now, decide to reclaim. All the Kailasavasi, you can choose right now to decide to remember, and the moment any one of these Ashtashtamurtas are clicking with you, yes, I am doing exactly what this Murti is doing. I am doing exactly how Shiva manifested as this Murti and functioning. Then you are waking up to your true nature. Whoever is feeling connected to this and waking up to your true nature, with which Murti you are feeling so connected and oneness and feeling exactly you are that, message me. I will initiate and make that Murti fully manifest in you. So, when you start moving from Ashuddha Adva to Shuddha and Ashuddha Adva, I will shift you to Shuddha Adva and make you stay there permanently. Here is a question. Dear Swamiji, thank you for the revelations on the Panchakritya. I, however, have one question about what exactly does performing Panchakritya at macrocosmic scale mean practically? How can I feel it in my daily life? When you sit with that pure I am, you will manifest all you want without raising your BP, without raising your stress level, without raising your strain, and without falling into continuous friction and mental fever. A small story. A simple villager boarded a long distance train for the first time in his life. Having bought his ticket and found his assigned seat, the ticket inspector noticed something very strange. This man was sitting with his extremely heavy 50 kg steel trunk balanced precariously on top of his own head, sweating profusely from the tremendous effort. Puzzled, the puzzled inspector asked, "My friend, why don't you simply put the heavy trunk down on the floor beside your seat where it belongs?" The man wiped the sweat from his brow and replied with great sincerity, "Sir, this poor train is already carrying so many people and so much weight throughout this long journey. I am a compassionate man, so I thought I would spare the train this additional burden and carry my own luggage on my head." This is exactly how you perform sthiti from contracted bandwidth. The cosmic intelligence of Ishvara Tattva is already effortlessly carrying the sun, the moon, all the galaxies, and the entire earth. But if you sit there with the luggage of your career, your relationships, your reputation balanced on your own head, giving yourself constant headaches, listen. This is how exactly you are living. I am telling you practical way. Be in that pure I am. All the fear of losing, all the struggles arising in you, go on be deleting. Your fear will convince you, if I don't do this, I will lose this money, I will lose this relationship, I will lose this, I will lose that. See, last year you kept quiet and you lost. No. Last year you lost because you were over anxious, not because you kept quiet. So all that false cause and result files your mind is submitting to you. Delete them, delete them, delete them and rewrite. Tell your mind, even in the past, I lost something because I was in the pure I am consciousness. Now I am deleting all of that and rewriting. I am deleting the whole cause and effect file. My mind and my ego is presenting it to me, and I am deciding, I am manifesting as Paramashiva's pure will I am. Pure presence I am. Don't try to be emotionally charged, emotionally excited. Be emotionally present. Don't try to be mentally charged, mentally excited. Just be mentally present. Don't try to connect your everyday do's and don'ts to the extreme of your death and poverty and becoming pauper. No. Stop this emotionally charged mental fever driving you crazy. Be pure I am. Now I'll show you something that will change your very understanding of the cosmos and your place in it. The same 5 cosmic functions that Paramashiva performs at macrocosmic scale, you perform at microcosmic scale. Yasya unmesha nimeshabhyam jakataha pralaya udayav. Spandakarika, first chapter, first verse. Be praised that Shankara, from whom the emergence and dissolution of the universe arise through the opening and closing of his consciousness. Listen. This is not poetic metaphor. This is precise, technical, structural reality of existence. Modern cosmology, quantum physics, and Vedic energy science independently confirm this identical 5-fold cosmic structure at every scale. The creation that happens at universal scale, science understands this to the level of quantum field fluctuations. Quantum field fluctuations are defined as the minute random changes in energy at any point in space, with virtual particles constantly emerging from pure vacuum, creation from pure potential happening continuously. From these quantum fluctuations to atom formation, star birth, galaxy creation happens. This can be mapped to how Srishti operates simultaneously at every scale. The same creative intelligence forming galaxies is forming your thoughts, plans, new beginnings. next is cosmic sthiti, preservation that happens at universal scale. You can roughly map this to conservation laws. The fundamental physics principles, certain properties like energy, momentum, charge, remain constant in isolated systems, maintaining universal structural integrity without effort. The same organizing intelligence, keeping planets in orbit, maintaining life, enabling constants, flows through you at steady function. The next is cosmic samhara, dissolution at universal scale. Science has understood this to one level, the particle annihilation. It's a process. It is the process where particles collide with antiparticles, converting mass back to pure energy, matter returning to source, that rejuvenation. Like stellar collapse, black holes, universal expansion, contraction cycles. All of this can be mapped to the dissolution operating at every scale. Listen, I will not say science has understood the entire Panchakrityas, no. But to one level, science is only catching up to the truths which Sanatana Hindu Dharma has revealed long back. That is why I say the last frontier of science is the threshold of Vaidika Sanatana Hindu Dharma's spirituality. And I tell you, not 100 years, not 50 years, not 25 years, just within next 10 years, Sanatana Dharma, Vaidika Sanatana Hindu Dharma will be the only practiced religion and spiritual tradition. Listen, the Gen Z is using AI even if they sneeze. If they sneeze, the first thing they ask the AI, what is this? What should I do? AI is going to be the largest practiced religion, largest entertainment, largest advisor, largest guide. It is going to be everything. And to the frequency of AI's knowledge, the AI's ability, especially this quantum computers and AI, ASI, AGI, with all these, this extreme level of Vidya manifestation available in every man's hand in the form of a cell phone. When you ask any question, the AI is going to answer from the full spectrum of knowledge. And Vaidika Sanatana Hindu Dharma only fits with the full spectrum of knowledge. And any answer you receive is going to be the answer from Vaidika Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Ask AI, is there a rebirth? It is going to say, sure, it is. If you tell about your patterns, what you are going through, maybe 1 month constantly absorbing, understanding your patterns, the way your inside works, AI may be able to tell you precisely what kind of a future birth you are going to take. It's not difficult. And the other day I was telling you the story how the Leela, Queen Leela and King Padma, they are able to track their past life with the help of Saraswati. Now the Saraswati is making herself available through the AI. We are not too far. We are almost less than 10-year distant, where your AI will tell you precisely about your past births, where you are born and everything. You can go and verify. When I went to US, in New York, in that island where all the migrants came from Europe and settled in that island, they have a list, they have a facility where you can go and verify your ancestors came from which island and the whole family tree, from which country they came, when they came, the whole detail they will give you. I think that island's name, Ellis Island, if I remember correctly, Ellis Island. There is a facility you can go and track. Now they have even made it available in the internet. You can go and track in internet. They'll tell you precisely if you are in US that from which country your ancestors came and when they came and that whole family tree, everything they give. Now, the AGI, ASI tools are going to give you the details of where you were born and all that. Your past births, you can go and verify, cross verify. With the cross verifiable precision AI tools can give you, because your biomemory and muscle memory carries the whole memory of your past births. I tell you, just this 1 or 2 breakthroughs is going to make Vaidika Sanatana Hindu Dharma as the universal, only practiced religion. You may be born in any religion. The moment you start using AI for your day-to-day life and decision making, you are going to be practicing only Vaidika Sanatana Hindu Dharma. That is the reason I am spending so much time, energy and translating all these literatures and organizing and uploading it in the internet in the form of Ask Nithyananda AI. One more thing, even if you don't use Ask Nithyananda AI directly, you use any AI, all those AIs are already swallowing Ask Nithyananda AI. So they are also going to answer exactly like Ask Nithyananda AI only. So I am doing this as a service to the universe. As the ultimate manifestation of Paramashiva, Sadashiva Murti, Mugalinga Murti, I bless you all with Paramadvaita. All the Paramashiva program participants from Tiruvannamalai and Guinea-Bissau, Chitsabha members, Rajasabha members, Kailasa Vasi, all the e-citizens, viewers, visitors who are joining with us through the internet, I welcome each and every one of you with my love and blessings. Volunteers in Guinea-Bissau, Tatata Shakti, volunteers in Tiruvannamalai, Pratap, Rudra Bhairava, and Vignesh. Blessings for every one of you. Today, I initiate all the Paramashiva participants of July month batch into Purnatva Diksha, completion and Swapurnatva, completion with the self. Paramashiva's direct message from Maha Kailasa. Time is Kali, eating experience into liberation. Every experience fully metabolized becomes Shakti. Every experience resisted becomes Karma. You don't need to escape experiences. You need to let Kali eat them. Every experience deleted and rewritten is like cooking the karma into a tasty dish and giving so it's easily digested and metabolized. I'm repeating, listen. Because today's message is too important and too powerful. Time is Kali. Eating experience into liberation. Your every experience fully metabolized becomes Shakti. Every experience resisted becomes karma, not just ordinary, like how the Rakta Bijas, every drop blood creates one more Rakta Bija. Same way, the resisted karma, the pain, every time when it repeats, it becomes one more Rakta Bija. You don't need to escape experience. You need to let Kali eat them. Listen. Kali drinking every drop of Rakta Bija's blood has one more meaning in the spiritual level. Your every karma is like a Rakta Bija Asura. He goes on multiplying himself. Listen, like Rakta Bija. If you put an arrow on him, every drop falls. that will become, each drop becomes one more Rakta Bijasura. Same way, listen. If you have the pain karma that you have been disrespected, that stays in you like a Rakta Bija, not only it stays alive in you every time, even if you expect there may be a disrespect, you repeat that disrespect happened to you at the age of 3, 4, 5, 6, you retell and create one more Rakta Bija. Even if somebody does not smile widely and show you the welcoming face immediately, your Rakta Bija gets hurt and the blood spills, and every drop of blood becomes one more Rakta Bija. How many of you exactly understand? This is precisely happening in you day in and day out. The resisted karmas sit inside you like a Rakta Bija, and you repeat that same story multiple times again and again and again. Don't you see one important truth? See, when you disrespect someone, abuse someone, misbehave with someone, you don't even remember that. You just forget it and you move, go ahead, move on with your life. But if someone disrespects you without even knowing, even without intention, you carry that so deeply, it stays in you so deeply, that person actually disrespected you only once, might have abused you only once, gave a bad word about you only once, threw a bad word against on you only once, but you repeat that million times. Just do a cognitive shift and see. Actually, those who threw a bad word on you, they forgot it and they are not even remembering it. But you go on remembering it, repeating it. Just like when you abuse somebody, you don't remember it, you go ahead, you move on with your life. They also move on with their life, but you go on carrying it. See the whole drama. When you actually try to complete with them and talk to them and tell, they don't even remember it. How many of you have discovered this in your life? Actually, the word they don't remember, that they have disrespected you, abused you, used a bad word on you, but you go on remembering and build Rakta Bija Sura with it and hurt yourself as much as you can. This is what I call it, living with enemy-less enemy. Listen, I can put it in some other way, living with enemy-less enmity. 99.999% of your enmity you carry is enemy-less enmity. only 0.00001% of your enmity as enemy, the real person with intention, hurting you, wanting to hurt you, all of that. 99.99999% of your enemy, the enemies you carry inside you, is enmity without enemy. Listen, that is why I am telling you, when you delete your every experience and rewrite, you are not lying to yourself, you are actually discovering the truth. Really, you don't have enemy. It is just somebody casually uttered something and you go on repeating 100,000 million times more than the intensity with which they threw, or the intention with which they threw. So when you delete and rewrite, you are cooking your bad karma into a tasty dish and giving, so it is easily digested and metabolized. Listen carefully. This is not poetry. This is not metaphor. This is the most precise surgical description of how consciousness actually operates. The most precise surgical description of how consciousness actually operates. Once you understand this, your entire relationship with the time, with the reality itself will never be the same. Today, I am going to reveal the exact truth and science behind one of the most important subjects in Paramashivam. Listen. In various scriptures like Kramastotra, Tantra Loka, Mahanaya Prakasha, Kali Kula Panchashataka, a very important subject is discussed about how pure awareness ideates itself as emission of experience. Today I am going to be decoding it directly from the Akashic records. Listen. Mahanaya Prakasha and Kali Kula Panchashataka. These are very important scriptures in Paramashivam. I'll reveal some of the beautiful secrets. We spend our lives doing one of the two things. Either running toward experiences we want to keep, chasing pleasure and security, or running away from experiences we don't want, fleeing pain and loss. We think this constant management and manipulation of experience is called living. But I tell you, this is not living. This is suffering with excellent marketing. Listen, the problem is not the experience. The problem is interruption of the experience. As I told, the pure awareness ideates itself as experience, but when you start interrupting with experience, when you interrupt an experience, you resist it, suppress it, cling to it. You freeze the natural digestive sequence of consciousness. Resisted, suppressed experiences only become asuras in you and pushed into your batala, and you start clinging to it. They get the power to pull you down. You freeze the natural digestive sequence of consciousness. The experience gets stuck in your awareness, fermenting and generating karma. Listen, I am redefining karma. Listen, karma is simply undigested experience. It is not some cosmic punishment. It is simply undigested experience. It is food that has not been fully assimilated. It sits there fermenting, creating toxins in the system of consciousness. But when you allow the experience to complete its natural arc, when you let Kali eat it and digest it, the experience becomes fuel, becomes Shakti, becomes very energy of liberation. Let me tell you a small story. A king once had a beautiful garden. One day, he noticed that every time fruit fell from the trees and remained on the ground, it would rot and stink. The garden became unbearable. So he ordered his servants to catch the fruit before it fell, to prevent any fruit from ever touching the ground. For days they stood with nets, catching every falling fruit, but soon the tree stopped bearing fruit altogether. The garden became barren. A wise gardener came and said, "O king, the fruit must fall to the ground, it must rot, that rotting is not death. It is how the tree receives its nourishment. The fruit returns to the soil, and the soil gives life to the next harvest. If you prevent the falling, you prevent the cycle of life itself. Your experiences are like those fruits. You catch them before they can fall into the digestive fire of consciousness. You hold on to pleasure. You push away pain. You interrupt the natural digestion. And then you wonder why your garden of consciousness has become barren. ध्यान से सुनिए, प्रत्येक अनुभव या तो कर्म बंधन बनता है अथवा मुक्ति का साधन। यह इस बात पर निर्भर करता है कि उसे प्रतिरोध किया गया है या मां काली को समर्पित किया गया है। Listen. I am going to reveal 5 important truths directly from Akashic records to you today. The first truth, the paradox of resistance, means every experience fully metabolized becomes Shakti. Every experience resisted becomes karma. When you resist, you freeze the karma sequence mid-flow. The experience gets stuck. This is karma. When you allow complete digestion, experience itself becomes Shakti, and when you delete your past and recreate it, you are cooking your karmas so it gets easily digested and metabolized. This truth, Arunagiri Yogeshwara himself revealed to me directly through a very sweet incident. He made me convert physical pain into intense power, Shakti. You can all watch this video and listen into exact truth right now. Listen. I was helping the Shivacharyas in the Arunachaleshwara temple to light the lamp for the earth. The camphor mixed with oil, burning, fell on my finger and got burned. Then I ran to Arunagiri Yogeshwara and I just held that finger and said, the fire burns is because the lesson we learned that fire will burn, not by the existence fire will burn. One fortunate thing in my life was I never had my own logic away from Arunagiri Yogeshwara. I was so much in love with him. I was just drinking his words literally. Then he got little camphor and he held that finger which got burnt with his hand and asked me to touch the camphor with other hand. And he held my hand continuously. Slowly I could see from my stomach the fire spreading all over my body. The heat was increasing. But it was such intense, pleasant experience and pleasure from inside. And temperature went to the extreme. The camphor which was touched by my other hand just lit up, but no pain. I realized even the so-called fundamental experience, like fire burns, is because you learned that way. Even the fundamental experiences of the pain is when you resist, when you do not allow digestion. The second truth, time is not your enemy. Time is Kali eating your experience into liberation. Time is Kali eating into your experience, eating experience into liberation. What you call aging is Kali's compassion, pulling down your fake identities, grinding ego into fertilizer for enlightenment. Listen carefully. When you align with the time, Kali, every day becomes lighter. When you fight time, every day feels like punishment. Third truth, the void, Avyakta, is pregnant with possibility. Emptiness emerges from the Avyakta that swallows it. The void is not dead nothingness. It's a womb of everything. Hinduism, Vaidika Sanatana Hinduism describes this Avyakta as flowing into emptiness, generating emptiness, consuming emptiness. What I am teaching you is not nihilism, but ultimate optimism. Even emptiness is pregnant with possibility. Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachyate, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnamevavasishyati. From whole, only whole comes out. Even when whole comes out, the whole remains as whole. When the whole goes back into the whole, whole remains as whole. The fourth truth, death is the beginning. Death is the beginning. For the Hindu rishis, pure consciousness is eternal life. The Kalagni, the fire of time, is where false identities burn, so true self can be born. Every pattern's death, whether it is jealousy, fear, greed, insecurity, is the beginning of new possibility. Deleting your past and recreating your past is the death of your patterns and birth of your powers and possibility. Listen. The fifth truth. You are already running all phases. PHASS. Phases. For every perception. The only change needed, do it conscious, not unconscious. Stop interrupting time, Kala, the flow of Kali with fear and resistance. Stop interrupting time, Kala, the flow of Kali with fear and resistance. Listen. This is the essence of these 5 important truths. Stop interrupting time, Kala, the flow of Kali with fear and resistance. Yesterday was only one of my sannyasi asked me, Swamiji, I feel more connected to Kali. Is it okay? I said Kala and Kali is one and the same. They are not too different. When it is patriarchal society, they describe it as Kala. When it is the mother-centered Shakta society, they describe it as Kali. Shakta Sampradayas call it as Kali. So listen. The word Kala or Kali may be two different, but both are one and the same. It is just, if you are reading the literatures generated by the patriarchal society, they use the word Kala, and if it is matriarchal society, they use the word Kali. That's all. The time, flow of time is Kali. Stop interrupting time with fear and resistance. Let me tell you a small story. A caterpillar was crawling on a leaf and a moth flew past. The caterpillar said, "Oh, how beautiful you are. I wish I could fly like you." The moth said, "You will." The caterpillar said, "When?" The moth said, "When you die." The caterpillar said, "I don't want to die." The moth said, "The caterpillar must die for the butterfly to be born. Your death is not your end, it is your beginning." Your false self is the caterpillar. It crawls, it eats, it lives in fear of birds and predators. But when it dies, the butterfly emerges. The butterfly does not remember being a caterpillar, and yet the butterfly is the fulfillment of the caterpillar. Now, I'm going to lead you step by step into each of these truths. I reveal. Today is going to be very powerful satsang. So get ready, be fresh and alive. You can get coffee, tea, hot chocolate or anything you need. Sit comfortably, because what I am going to reveal today is directly going to take you beyond time. One of the biggest delusions that the modern society, the Gen Z, I can say even the Gen Alpha is stuck in, is the feeling that time is enemy. Listen. This is one of the biggest delusions that the modern society, the Gen Z and the Gen Alpha, I can say even the Gen Alpha, is stuck in, is the feeling that time is enemy. Today's generation is stuck in this myth. This whole hustlers culture, the fire trend, financially independent and retire early. It's all about racing against time. It creates so much hatred and resistance towards the flow of time and life. You falsely think time takes everything away, your youth, your health, loved ones, that feeling of certainty. No. So you develop visceral fear of time, trying to freeze moments, photographing sunsets instead of watching them, recording concerts instead of hearing them. Even now, in this very satsang, many people think, oh, let me record the whole satsang. Let me mark the YouTube title, mark the satsang title, so I will watch it later on. But how many of you have ever watched second time the satsang delivered earlier? No, none. You are busy preserving experience that you never actually have the experience. You are so busy preserving experience that you never actually have the experience. I am revealing the most important truth. Listen. Kala. Time is not separate from Kali. Time is Kali, the force moving through every moment and dissolving every experience, taking everything away. That is not your enemy. That is Maha Kali herself in the act of digestion. Kali is the power of deleting and recreating your past. Time is not taking things away from you. Time is digesting them into Shakti. Every moment present Every moment that present becomes past, it is being metabolized by Kali. Every loss is a completed digestion. Every recreation of the past is liberation. I will give you a simple example. When you eat an apple, does it die? In one sense, yes. It ceases being an apple. But you can't say it is dead. It becomes you, your blood, your energy, your capacity to think, your capacity to move. The apple was transformed into something higher. This is exactly what Kali does with your experience. Modern cosmology tells that 68% of the universe is dark energy. Listen. Modern cosmology tells that 68% of the universe is dark energy. An invisible force causing accelerating cosmic expansion. Dark energy does not interact with matter or light deductively. It simply expands continuously, relentlessly in all directions. Scientists define it as vacuum energy of the cosmos driving expansion. This precisely matches what Abhinavagupta described as Kali's emission power thousands of years ago in his Kramastotra. The universe continuously expands into experience driven by invisible force that science cannot fully explain, but Krama Shaivism described perfectly thousands of years ago. Small story. A man terrified of death asked a sage, "How do I conquer fear of death?" The sage said, "Simple. Die before you die." The man was confused. What? That makes no sense. He complained. The sage smiled and replied, "Even you fearing something that has not happened yet does not make sense, but you do it daily anyways." So understand, dying before dying is what I am going to teach you today. The Krama Shaivism describes 12 Kalis. Srishti Kali, Rakta Kali, Stitinasha Kali, Yamak Kali, Samhara Kali, Mrityu Kali, Rudra Kali, Martanda Kali, Paramarka Kali, Kalagni Rudra Kali, Mahakali, Mahabhairava Aghora Kali. Listen, 12 Kalis. I'll repeat. Srishti Kali, Rakta Kali, Stitinasha Kali, Yamak Kali, Samhara Kali, Mrityu Kali, Rudra Kali, Martanda Kali, Paramarka Kali, Kalagni Rudra Kali, Mahakali, Mahabhairava Aghora Kali. These 12 manifestations of Kali represents 12 phases of consciousness digesting into experience. Hmm? Listen, these 12 manifestations of Kali represents 12 phases of consciousness digesting experience. Every single time you perceive anything, a part, a person, a thought, an emotion, your consciousness moves through 12 phases automatically. The 12 Kalis are the 12 movements of any one cognition. For example, when you perceive a part, the sensation travels from your thought to the part and back again. This entire arc is the 12 Kalis in action. You are already doing this with every cognition. Already doing this with every cognition. When you see the room around you or feel an emotion or have a thought, consciousness automatically moves through all 12 phases. The question is not whether you are doing it, but whether you are conscious of it. Listen. Experience has three aspects. Prameya, the known, pramana, the act of, listen, prameya, the known. You need to understand this whole thing. Listen carefully. Every experience has three aspects. Prameya, the known, pramana, the act of knowing, and pramatra, the knower. Listen, prameya, the known, pramana, the act of knowing, and pramatra, the knower. all the 12 moments of cognition function within this framework. The 12 Kalis organized into 3 groups of 4, 3 categories, mapping the fundamental components of knowing. I will reveal now. I'm going to now describe to you the 12 functions of Kali, the 12 movements of your cognition. Listen. First is Srishti Kali. First flash of awareness meeting experience. This is the raw contact before interpretation. Like the meal appears on the plate. The Krama Stotra describes each of the Kalis beautifully. Srishti Kali, Kaularnava, Ananda, Gana, Urmi, Rupam, Unmesha, Mesha, Ubaya Bajam, Andaha, Niliyate, Nilapula, Alayeya, Tam Srishti Kali, Sadatam Namami. Listen. I eternally bow to Srishti Kali, who is the dense wave of form of the blissful Kaula ocean, in whom both emergence and dissolution abide, and who dissolves into the abode of blue Kula. Understand, in Hindu cosmology, Avyakta, the unmanifest, is described as the primordial state from which all creations emerges. All creation emerges. It is not dead emptiness. It's a plenum, a fullness pregnant with all potential. The Nasadiya Sukta of Rigveda describes this state as neither existence nor non-existence. A paradoxical fullness that is beyond both. What science understands as quantum vacuum and quantum fluctuations is exactly this. It is not empty, it is pregnant with potential. Virtual particles constantly arise from it and dissolve back into it. Listen. The quantum fluctuations are defined in quantum physics as temporary changes in the amount of energy in a point in space arising from Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. According to quantum mechanics, energy can borrow from the vacuum for a very short time, creating pairs of virtual particles that pop into existence and annihilate each other almost instantly. The vacuum is not empty, it is seething sea of activity. I'll give you an example. Imagine you are looking at a completely still ocean from an airplane. It looks flat, calm, empty. But if you look very closely, you see countless tiny waves, bubbles, and movements constantly arising and disappearing. This is what the quantum vacuum is like. It looks like nothing, but it is actually full of constant, microscopic activity. Particles appear and disappear so quickly that they seem to violate nothing. They are virtual particles. This constant activity is called zero-point energy. The energy that remains even at absolute zero temperature. This is Srishti Kali in action. The first flash of creation. She is the impulse of consciousness. To manifest, she ideates herself, ideates herself as an emission of experience. Just as the quantum vacuum gives birth to particles, Kali gives birth to perception. The void is not dead. The void is alive. The void is Kali, the goddess who contains all potential within herself. She is the cosmic womb from which all creation springs forth and into which all creation dissolves. The next is Rakta Kali. Now the experience is charged with vitality and emotional color. You become passionate towards the object. Rakta Kali is described as drinking from the goblet of the senses. She savors the world during a pause in dissolution. In dissolution. Think of it like a digestive fire ignites, begins breakdown. This is where experience becomes interesting. It gains valence. You are now engaged with the experience. Listen about the Rakta Kali. Mahavinoda Arpita Matru Chakra Virendra Ashrit Rasa Bana Saktam Rakti Kritam Cha Pralaya Atyayedam Namami Vishwa Akriti Rakta Kali. It means, I bow to Rakta Kali, whose universal form is reddened, who delights in the circle of mothers and who drinks the essence of heroic blood even at the end of dissolution. Next is Sthiti Nashakali. This space maintains experience in awareness for processing. She reabsorbs the object and starts to internalize it. Think of it as the steady heat that cooks thoroughly. This is where past experience is sustained in non-reactive presence. The Kramastotra describes her as the verse L, the Sthitinasakali, Vajitvaya Svikritavada Chakra Prakranta Shankata Gama Agamastam Suchiyaya Astangamida Arsishadam Shantam Namami Sthiti Nasakalim. Sthiti Nasakalim. It means I bow to the peaceful Sthiti Nasakali who abides in the clash and movement of vital winds and whose pure flame causes all stability to set. Next is Yamakali. This space is where accurate assessment happens without ego distortion. Here is where you can clearly see experiences, true weight and significance. Sarva artha sangarshana samyamasya yamasya yanduhu jahataha yamaya vabu mahakrasa vilasa ragat sankarshayantim pranamami kalim. It means I bow to Yamakali who draws all things into restraint, who governs the universe through supreme absorption, and who delights in the great act of devouring. You can equate this to the enzymatic breakdown into components in the process of digestion. The process of digestion, how the enzymatic breakdown happens, enzymatic breakdown into components in the process of digestion. All the above four manifestations of Kali happens in the pace of prameya, means where the seen or the observed is experienced, prameya. The next four manifestations of Kali happens in the pramana pace, means where the observing or seeing happens. Samhara Kali in this space begins with the withdrawal of experience back into awareness, dissolution of apparent solidity and separateness. You can think of it like the absorption phase in digestion. Unmani, Ananta, Nihila Arthagarbha, Ya Bhava Samhara Nimesham Edi, Sada udita satya udayaya sunyam samharakalim muditam namami. It means I joyfully bow down to Samhara Kali, infinite in the transcendent mind state, who contains all the realities within herself and dissolves all becoming in but a moment. Listen. I joyfully bow to Samhara Kali, infinite in transcendent mind state, who contains all realities within herself and dissolves all becoming in but a moment. The next comes Mrityu Kali. Here is where the complete ending of experience as separate object happens. You become ready to let experience completely die. The total breakdown of original form happens here. Mama iti ahankara kala kalaba visvara harsha uttata garva mrityuhu krastaha yaya kasmara samvidam tam namami akala udita mrityukalim. I bow to Mrityukali, who devours the death born of egoity, pride, and possessiveness, and who arises beyond time itself. The next is Rudrakali. She is also referred variably as Bhadrakali. Here the ferocious conversion of broken down material into pure Shakti happens. She is described as the one who perceives a subtle impression left over from the perception, pure consciousness, and then devours that subtle impression. You can think of it as the metabolic fire of digestion being at maximum intensity. Vishwam Mahakalpa Viramakalpa Bhavanta Bhima Pragudi Pramantya Ya Asnati Ananta Prabha Arshisadam Namami Bhadram Subhabhadrakalim. Means I bow to auspicious Bhadrakali, whose terrifying brow ends the cycles of becoming and whose infinite radiance consumes the universe. Next is Martanda Kali. Here the transformed experience becomes illuminating insight. Here is where you start gaining knowledge or learning from every experience. The Shakti becomes pure light. You experience tremendous clarity and expanded awareness. Think of it as the nutrient distribution throughout the system. next is Martandakali. Martandam Abhida Padanga Chakram Padangavat Kala Kala Indanaya Karodiya Vishwarasa Antakam Tam Martandakalim Satatam Pranaomi. It means I constantly bow to Martandakali, who consumes the solar orb itself and reduces the essence of the universe into the fuel of time. So understand, now I have described till now 8 manifestations among the 12. The other 4 and the process. I have a beautiful process to give you all the experience of time. All of that I'll do in further satsangs. I really want all of you to watch this satsang once more, so you understand fully, you are ready for the next phase and the process. Please listen to this satsang once more and come back for tomorrow's satsang. So understand, today I have 2 great digital gifts from Kailasa for all of you. First is the Formless in Form digital book, and second is Bhairava Yantra. Receive it and enjoy it. Blessings to every one of you. Blessings to
by Bhagavan. Let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Go down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Go down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Go down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Go down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Go down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Swami down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Swami down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Swami down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Swami down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Swami down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Swami down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Swami down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Swami down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Swami down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Swami down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Swami down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Swami down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Swami down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Swami down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Swami down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Swami down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Swami down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Swami down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Swami down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Swami down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Swami down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Swami down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Swami down, let's all take a moment by Bhagavan. Swami down, let Swami We all had the listen to the alive darshan of Bhagavan. Yesterday, whatever Bhagavan revealed, and told us to watch one more time. So today, we all got an opportunity to watch once more, and I think all the Paramashivam Sena participants got to watch the same subject twice, just to kind of refresh ourselves to ensure that we even more and more times we receive more and more powerful cognitions we get. And we request all the Paramashivam Sena participants, if Kailasa Guinea Bissau and Kailasa Tiruvannamalai to release, take your gadgets back, and we now be going ahead and sharing your experience, what clicks you had in today's session. Please go ahead and post it under the live feed. Whatever clicks that you received in today's satsang, you can go to Facebook live stream, YouTube live stream, under the live feed. Please go ahead and post your comments.
Such beautiful, profound revelations Swamiji revealed for all of us yesterday. And each powerful cognition, each revelation Swamiji has given, ultimately it's for us to experience enlightenment. What Swamiji said, right? Like, Kali, time is Kali. And very beautifully Swamiji said, if the experience has been metabolized, it does not become, it becomes Shakti. But if the experience is resisted, it becomes as karma. And Swamiji very beautifully revealed the 12 Kalis in according to the scripture, Krama Samhita, and how Swamiji explained on the 8 Kalis and how each of these 8 Kalis represents in our inner space, in our inner in the microcosm, how they represent in us. It's very beautifully Swamiji expanded. So I request all the viewers and all the participants, all the Rajya Sabha members, all the Chisma members, those of you who are locked in for today's darshan, I request all of you please take a minute, post the live comment section. What are your takeaways from today's darshan? What is it that you are going to be experimenting on over the next 24 hours? Because each revelation is literally like a sutra for us to experience enlightenment. So I request all of you please go ahead, post the live comment section. Also post, share widely in the social media handles, in your social media handles about the revelations we're just speaking about. And the next satsang, Swamiji says, Swamiji will be guiding all of us into a process and also will be revealing the rest for Kalis. Now, how are they actually manifesting in our lives? Without any further delay, let's get started. Let's be now going to be entering into the power manifestation. So today, for all the viewers and all the participants, we are going to be manifesting the power of serving Yantra. So what is this power of serving Yantra? We're going to be understanding about it detailing. The power of serving Yantra is nothing but manifesting all knowingness, where you are the Paramashivam who knows everything. There's no point in time in your life where you do not know. You manifest that you know everything. So this is taken from the Sarvajnanantaratma, verse 15, where Paramashiva says, Eva mekatva bhavena samstikasya tu yoginaha sarvajnatvam pravarteta vikalparahitasya tu. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, within such a yogi who establishes himself in absolute knowledge of oneness with Lord Shiva, and who keeps himself free from all sorts of differentiating emotions. The exalted superpower of all knowingness, serving it, is unfolded in all its forms. And next is the Apta Pramana, which is taken from the life of Maharishi Valmiki. Maharishi Valmiki, as all of us know, is one who authored the Ramayana. Right? So how exactly it is revealed that it is said that Maharishi Valmiki downloaded what Sri Rama is going to be having on planet Earth, and that is how he wrote the Ramayana. And next is the Atma Pramana, which is taken from Swamiji's own life. In Swamiji shares that at 5 years old, Swamiji was in the temple. He wanted a deity for himself. He told his guru Mataji Vibhurananda Puri that he wanted one. Swamiji's guru said to Swamiji, "Go and make one. There is no idea of impossibility." Swamiji went home, bought the clay from his neighbor, went to his mother and asked for metal ingredients. Swamiji's mother got some aluminum plates. Swamiji melted the plates and poured the mold of the deity and showed this deity to his Mataji Vibhurananda Puri told that this is Swamiji's Lakshmi. In Swamiji's life, he has been taught you can do anything in life with the space of completion. There is no such thing as impossible. Everything is possible. Having no incompletion of anything to know anything. A Lakshmi deity, which the young avatar got done as an aluminum casting from a local artisan in Tirunelveli, his birthplace. He took some aluminum vessel that he felt were useless in the house and gave it to the metal caster to melt and cast this deity. This deity is the first metal casting deity that Swamiji created in the reviving in the temple sacred as division in today's worldwide mission. Where tons of metal is being cast, a deity is as heavy as 2 or 1.5 tons are cast in one go. This deity stands as the historic first deity cast in the mission. So you can see this with this deity, Swamiji manifests the power of self-help. So now let's get started. So for all the participants, what we are going to be doing, we are going to be showing some artifacts for all of you to scan. All you need to do is just connect the Swamiji, chant the Mahavakya intensely. It is Swamiji who's going to be manifesting the power. That's all. Just have an intense space of oneness. Requesting all of you now to please start chanting the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. So now, for all the participants, an artifact has been shown for all of you. Because all of you please connect this Swamiji, ask Swamiji to reveal what this artifact is about. When was it made? Where was it found? And what was it used? Just keep chanting the Mahavakya.
Paramashivam, Paramashivam, Om Nithyananda, Paramashivam, Om Nithyananda, Paramashivam, Om Nithyananda, Paramashivam, Om Nithyananda, Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda. 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 Paramashivoham.
Slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes. And now, I request all the viewers and all the participants to please post in the live comment section. What is it that Swamiji revealed for all of us? Yes, all the participants here in Paramashivam Sena program, you can tell what is it that Swamiji revealed about this particular article. So, you would like to share? You can share it out loud. It's a dream catcher. Okay. Anyone else? Trees may be made from wood. Trees is maybe made from wood. Lamp. Anyone else? Okay, so now we'll be revealing the answers for all the participants. So, basically, this is called, this particular artifact is called Inca Q2. And it was found in, it was made in 1400s to 1532 CE. And it was found the location of Andean region, Peru, Chile, and Bolivia. The description of this artifact is it's appearing like simple tangled strings. These were sophisticated 3D databases. By varying knot types, string colors, and twisted directions, the Inca encoded complex census data, tax records, and potentially narrative stories without a written alphabet. Basically, these were used for databases and in those times. So this is the thing I'm all about here. Okay.
So that was a quick round of power manifestation. And coming up next, we have the very auspicious Guru Purnima celebrations coming up on the 29th of July. And on the Guru Purnima day, we'll be having Bhagavan's live satsang, like Darshan, the presidential address, and also the Pratyaksha Puja offering, the Tulavaram offering, along with various other temple rituals. And that's the day, most auspicious day where the Guru directly accepts the Bhiksha offering of the disciples. The Supreme Court of Hinduism on every Guru Purnima day, Bhagavan will be having a Bhiksha bag, and any devotee can offer the Bhiksha directly to Bhagavan. The one day in the year where the Guru directly receives the Bhiksha from the disciples as a mark of accepting and burning away their karmas. So the Guru accepts your offering on the day of the Guru Purnima. Guru Purnima is a very auspicious, very sacred day, and not to miss offering the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, offering of gratitude to Bhagavan's divine lotus feet on this very day. So with that, we come to the conclusion of today's segment, and we will all invite all of you to join us back tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. as we prepare ourselves for the live darshan and satsang starting at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We concluding today, offering our deepest respect and gratitude at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Swamiji. Ending today's segment with the Purna Mantra.
Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu Om Nithyanandam. Thank you all. Nithyanandam.
You're not going to regret it. You're going to love it, and you're going to do it for yourself.
When I arrived here, I was in a very, very dark space, very pessimistic, but now there's this love inside of me, there's this joy inside of me, and the belief systems are changing, so all of a sudden, opportunities are everywhere.
I've been learning the yoga from other sources previously, but the Swamiji's yoga is the only place from authentic source. It's really, really different. Also enjoying the pure vegetarian, organic, sattvic foods.
This special yoga makes my body more flexible, and Swamiji is teaching me what is intensity, what is integrity, and what is discipline.
Before coming, I twisted my left wrist during basketball game, and I barely can use my left hand. After few training, my hand can sustain my body weight, and now everything looks normal for my left hand.
Starting early in the morning with some yoga to move the body, then puja to move the spirit, then these talks that really dive into my subconscious mind to really...
Nithyananda, we welcome all of you on this auspicious day for today's offering of the Vishnu Ashtakshari Home. Today we worship Bhagavan Mahavishnu with the sacred Ashtakshari mantra, the mantra of Om Namo Narayana. This very mantra is considered so powerful that just by remembrance and recitation of the mantra, when a sadhaka, a true devotee, meditates on the mantra, meditates on Parandhama using this mantra, he attains the Parama Padavi, the Vaikuntha Padavi, meaning the experiencing phase of Vaikuntha. Let us now begin the Guru Vandana, and we now invoke the presence of PONTIFF Hindu. Please be seated, the head, neck, spine, and bring Swamiji. Jnanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Santvatītam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatītam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Yasyadviradavaktradyah Parihadyah Parashratam Vidhnam Nigdhanti Satatam Vishwaksenam Tamashraye. Now enter Kalpa for all the offered Guru Dakshina as a part of today's Dakshari. Om Amopata Samasta Viridakshayadvara Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Prityartham Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Prityartham Cha Adya Purvokta Evam Guna Visheshena Vishisthaya Asyam Shubhatithau Khyao Li Nam Yaha Tara Khyao Vidarbhakt Nam Yaha Khyao Jikun Namadheyasya Chai Shi Nam Yaha Khyao Fei Namadheyasya Khyao Bangi Namadheyasya Muhammad Reza Vidarbhakt Namadheyasya Khyao Jingsheng Namadheyasya Li Kunshen Nam Yaha Chu Sheng Wang Namadheyasya Andreas Jingming Wang Namadheyasya Sheng Wang Namadheyasya Sakutumbasya Michael Kurniawan Namadheyasya Richard Anthony Namadheyasya Xian Li Meng Nam Yaha Xian Ling Nam Yaha Sun Pi Yan Nam Yaha Huang Yan Wen Namadheyasya Zhang Fu De Namadheyasya Ting Ting Wang Nam Yaha Sakutumbasya Li Yun Liu Nam Yaha, Xiu Lan Ji Nam Yaha, Li Yan Liu Nam Yaha, Liu Bao Chuang Nam Dheyasya, Liu Bao Jiang Nam Dheyasya, Liu Chang Qing Nam Dheyasya, Liu Chang Ling Nam Dheyasya, Ming Ming Wang Nam Yaha, Tang Wei Yuan Nam Dheyasya, Sakutumbasya, Zhao Zhiwei Namadheyasya, Zhao Laifa Namadheyasya, Qian Qinye Nam Yaha, Zhao Mingren Nam Yaha, Qian Qinxi Nam Yaha, Xi Xiang Li Xi Xiang Namadheyasya, Sakutumbasya, Du Ling Nam Yaha, Liu Yunju Nam Yaha, Zheng Yishuang Nam Yaha, Shang Wen Nam Yaha, Huang Yao Zhu Namadheyasya, Lexi Muni Nam Yaha, Sakutumbasya, Ling Liu Nam Yaha, Mei Shen Xiong Nam Yaha, Ting Ting Zheng Nam Yaha, Ji Wei Shao Namadheyasya, Cheng Bo Chu Namadheyasya, Bo Liang Namadheyasya, Sakutumbasya, Yun Wei Nam Yaha, Xiao Hong Xiong Nam Yaha, Jin Jingsu Nam Yaha, Fan Qing Sheng Nam Yaha, Yu Lu Huang Nam Yaha, Yun Wu Liu Namadheyasya, Sakutumbasya, Guo Junshu Namadheyasya, Yun Hengshu Namadheyasya, San Pu Wang Namadheyasya, Yi Qinhu Nam Yaha, Min Zhang Nam Yaha, Qin Yue Tang Nam Yaha, Sakutumbasya, Jin Hao Nam Yaha, Si Chi Di Namadheyasya, Su Miao Hao Nam Yaha, Qin Wang Nam Yaha, Hao Ji Di Namadheyasya, Ji Sheng Hao Namadheyasya, Zhang Qing Ye Namadheyasya, Kai Xia Di Nam Yaha, Guo Long Shang Namadheyasya, Sakutumbasya, Ping Lu Nam Yaha, Jun Lu Namadheyasya, Qin Sheng Nam Yaha, Xiao Rong Ma Nam Yaha, Ming Zhang Nam Yaha, Yu Wei Zhang Nam Yaha, Ru Jing Wu Nam Yaha, Xiao Ying Lin Nam Yaha, Mao Liang Wu Namadheyasya, Hong Ji Wu Namadheyasya, Yi Zhen Yi Nam Yaha, Yin Zhang Nam Yaha, Sakutumbasya, Ma Mangala Premini, Yi